Well, well, well. Looks like the Roosters have finally come a con, my friend. Looks like the things that we've been talking about, we've been preaching, all these warning signs, the red flags, the call outs, we told you they're all going to fail you. And Sony showed their true face this past week. They showed their whole ass to their consumers. They showed you exactly how much they do care. They truly care about you. How much did they care about you? Absolutely nothing. Zero. You don't mean a damn thing to them. We're going to talk about that today. Welcome back to Di-RRec Gaming. We've got the hostess with the mostest, the prophet, the teller of no lies, the truth. We got the new legal. And then also his co-host, the guy who's just been gaming since he was a kid, the guy that just sees things, sees through the lies, sees the forest for the trees, knows what's going on in the gaming industry and cares about gaming and knows who's real and who's not real. And that's me, Resident Gamer Zero. Welcome back, guys. We're going to have a hell of a show. We're going to talk about the PlayStation news. We're going to talk about Microsoft's big reset, the Sharmanator, Asha Sharma, making her big moves. And we're also going to talk about the new directions some of the studios are going to have. And it's very exciting times. It's like they're finally listening to what we've been saying all this time. Cut it. Cut the intro, homie.
The following is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
You know, I gotta hand it to Sony because they had their fan base so brainwashed, so fooled that they were able to hide their true intentions, who they really were, for the longest time to, most donkeys who can't see past a shiny logo or a game title. People who can't see what's really going on behind the scenes. They were able to hide that and did it pretty well for the longest time. People should have saw this coming. I mean, we've been talking about it. The industry's been shifting that direction. They thought that Sony was going to be their messiah, their holder of all things physical with media. They thought they were never going to let that go. They thought that they would never take advantage of them, that they would never raise their prices, that they would never do what Xbox does, right? They always touted that Sony was better, Sony was superior in so many ways. Well, do I've got a bridge to sell you, because wow, man, what a crazy last week or two. We got even more information this week from Jason Schreier regarding these decisions. And guess what? Sony's not backing down. They're all in on the digital future. They're done with physical media. They've told you they don't care if they lose you, if you're a physical media elitist. They don't care about you. They care about the digital. That's all they care about. They made you go out and spend $80 on a fucking disk drive. And then they went, whoops, gotcha. Pulled the rug right under you. Made you spend that money on that little brick for what? For old ass games. You're not going to get any new games 2028 and beyond. And that's just around the corner. People act like it's far away. It's not. It's only a year and a half away now. So you invested all that time and money into your physical collection, hoping that Sony was going to lead the way forever. Like, what were you thinking? what Kool-Aid were you drinking? Because you know the donkeys, they love the Kool-Aid. They've been drinking it for the longest time. They clowned on Xbox for the longest time. Sony themselves clowned on Xbox for the longest time. So many memes. They made a video about it, joking about it. They thought it was funny. But deep down, secretly, they knew they were going to do it too. And if you didn't think they didn't, well, you might want to go to a psych ward because you're a little insane there. You're a little delusional because it was happening. They were just biding their time, right? They wanted to build their base up, get people sucked into their ecosystem to where they couldn't leave, investing thousands of dollars into their libraries. And it's a sad day because, you know, this is the way the business is going, and people should have realized that this is the end. This is the end game. This is what was going to happen. Sony did pull quite a move on them, I got to say, but we knew this from the beginning, right? We tried to tell people for the longest time, yeah, even since back during the PS2, PS3 days, with what Sony did with Nintendo over that deal about the CDs in developing for their own console. Sony has always been Sony. They've always been arrogant, corrupt, anti-consumer a-holes who only care about profit and nothing else. And this just goes to show you that we were right, right? This is the same company that, remember, during the PlayStation 3 days, they told you to get a second job to buy their console. You know, they never hid who they truly were. This has always been what Sony is. And people are just now realizing this and waking up. I mean, they never truly cared about you. Now, at least I can say for Xbox, they at least care a little bit, if not more, I would say, than Sony. They actually do care about game preservation and backwards compatibility. They do care about bringing you into gaming. They give you all these options through Game Pass, through consoles, through any device, really, which, you know, obviously we know that strategy failed with the multi-platform, but the ideas of it, the ideas of expanding and getting people into gaming in the best way possible, I thought is a good idea. But really, Sony doesn't care. They want you to spend $800 on that Pro. They don't want you to play it on PC. That's why they pulled it from PC. You know why? Because PC players are not dumb. They understand who Sony truly is. They understand that Sony's not here for the gamer. They're not here for the consumer. They're here to take advantage of you any way they can. They've outright said it. They've outright said they want to monetize you more. They want to charge you for everything. They want to raise the prices on everything. Don't be surprised if they raise the prices on the console again. And they've already done it 3 times. PS Plus just got another increase. Like, what more evidence do you need? For me, and for legal here, we've always known what Sony is truly about. And this is the biggest middle finger they could give to their fans and their audience. And I'm curious to see how this is all going to play out, because we see online the boycotts, the petitions, we see the canceling of the subs, right? We see the no PS6. We see people saying that they're done with PlayStation after the PS5. Well, we're going to find out how much truth they have, if they're actually going to be of their words, because we know how donkeys are. They say one thing and do another. They're still pre-ordering that GTA 6, so doesn't seem like much has changed. Really, this should be the final nail in the coffin for Sony. Like, if you still support the company after this, then you have just admitted that you bend the knee, that you like to take it bare from Sony at all times, because this is how they are. They've never changed. They're no longer hiding anymore who they are. They're telling you flat out who they are. So hopefully this time you guys listen, because This is big news, right? And some of the news that came out was from a video that Jason Schreier posted, highlighting a few things on what he believes is Sony's mindset regarding this recent news of the physical media. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. I thought I had it in my posts.
Take your time, Rez. Take your time. I'm savoring all of this. This is my victory lap. I've been out here for years prepping people for this. Prepping.
So this is what he
Prepping
broke
donkeys
down.
for this.
He basically said Sony considers that its digital player base is already large enough to do without those who continue buying games in physical format. So they're basically saying, we don't give a fuck about the physicals. We don't care. The company will not change its retail distribution model. Stores will continue selling boxes, but these will only include a download code. Currently, when Sony sells a first-party physical game to a retailer, the latter gets around 30% of the sale price. With them going digital, they keep all of that. As a result, the company expects to significantly increase its profit margins. Sony will be convinced that over time, most players will end up accepting the transition to 100% digital ecosystem. The company believes that users will continue supporting PlayStation even without the option to buy physical games. Additionally, they think it's not necessary to talk to their fans, to not maintain direct communication, as they trust in the strength of the brand and the loyalty of their community.
The loyalty. The unwavering loyalty.
Think about the wording there. They basically are saying that we know we've got you. We know that you will defend us no matter what. They know that you will stand by us no matter what. So we do not care about this online outrage, because in the end, it'll fizzle over and you'll still stay with PlayStation. They're so confident and arrogant that you guys are so gullible that you're willing to stay with that platform who doesn't give a damn about you, that they're willing to make this choice. They're willing to make this decision because in the end, they want more revenue. They want more profit. I'm going to say right now, Legal, to me, this move from Sony is their Hail Mary. This is their last chance to start being very profitable as a business, to start recovering their business, because let's be real, they've got multiple lawsuits on them right now. They're getting a bunch of subscriptions lost from this news, and I guarantee you
deserve y'all ass whoop.
They don't realize
y'all deserve y'all ass whoop with a
is.
big ass
they
belt.
Do.
You get your ass whipped. You get your ass whipped, damn it.
This
get
is
your
the
asses whipped.
Effects of you guys letting Sony get away with this for so long.
That unwavering support.
This is what happens when you just bend down and take it for anything they do and always deflect and distract.
Get your asses over here
to Microsoft.
Take this ass.
You guys caused this problem. You act like you don't. You'll say you'll deny it, but in reality, this is all because of you. Because Sony makes their moves based on what you're doing. So you are the cause of all of this. So
y'all
I hope
interrupted me. Y'all interrupted me. Bad donkeys. Bad donkeys. All of y'all get your ass whooped tonight. All of y'all.
Ren E3 says Asha and Microsoft is lame for firing ID software devs. Here's the thing, Ren. Me and Legal were talking about this outside of the show. We both love Doom. I've played all the Dooms, even when I was younger. The very first Doom. I love the Doom series, but it doesn't have that pull, that appeal that it used to have back then. It's not a strong seller.
Listen.
Companies,
go
ahead.
Nobody's sitting up here crying over Doom that's been doing the same shit it's been doing since the conception of it. And nobody today, my son don't know nothing about no damn Doom. These kids don't know nothing about Doom. If y'all cared that much about Doom, y'all should have went out there and bought the damn game. Doom Eternal was phenomenal on PC. Sold 6 million because it stuck to its roots and it was refreshing. Actually, it was very refreshing. I beat the game. Doom Dark Ages? Nah. Doom is a shooter, right? Doom Dark Ages had too much going on for it. I'm using a damn shield. I'm using a wax and all this other stuff, and the guns were weak. The guns left you to where you could defeat your enemy very easily. That's not Doom. The flair of it's just gone. It's just, you have to understand more gore. You got to understand how to make new weapons. You got to understand how to make the story more significant. It was too easy because even the boards were weak. The boards were weak. I didn't like it. And I played it. You know, listen, that's my take on it, man. I'm not here.
Matt.
Look, I told y'all about State of Decay 3. Y'all didn't believe me. And look at that shit. I don't want to play that shit. That's State of Decay 2.0. Look.
G-Man says, I'm back. Any donkeys visiting?
Look.
Not yet, G-Man.
Look.
Subtitle 3, Raichi. Welcome,
y'all
buddy.
Let Doom Dark Ages die. The numbers don't lie. If you was one of those that played it on Game Pass Ultimate, I don't have no problems. I don't care what you do. But when you look at the figures, and Doom is a multi-platform game,
Yep.
It didn't do the numbers. We're in a time where it's already hard enough. It's already hard enough. You got donkeys out here, right? Getting their ass whooped. Get over here. Get your ass whooped. You got them over here on the ground with their knees, with their eyes closed and their mouths wide open. And Sony loaded all up on them. Just sprayed everywhere on them. They, pour some sugar on me. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? They got let down. Their loyalty means nothing. Just like I was telling y'all, just watch. See, they mad at me. Oh, listen, you right. Hey, look, I played Doom on easy. I can say I played it on easy. I can say I played it on hard. Who cares what anybody played Doom on? There's only one game that I know you ain't played, and that's Inconceivable level on Gears of War, and beat it.
3 says if it's
I don't listen to nobody
blame Xbox
telling me about a shooter where you run around all around the board just shooting. I don't care about that. That's not a challenge to me.
And why do we have to play games on
hard mode
to be gamers?
Look, Ren. I'll play any game that I buy on any difficulty I care about. Does that hurt your feelings? You buy me that game? You buy me that game? You like Doom Eternal that much? So why didn't you buy millions of it then? Why did you let it die? You think because you play DLCs, you played on hard, you supposed to get something for that?
Don't get mad at us. Get mad at the other gamers who didn't buy it.
I love what you're trying to say to me. See, but here's the thing, Ren. It carries no weight. Everybody knows what I'm about. Nobody knows you in the gaming streets. I'm known in the gaming streets. Show me a game where people know you on. Show me. You're known nowhere.
We're not talking about Eternal. We're talking about Dark Ages.
So what you say to me means nothing. Bend your ass over. Get your ass out of here, Ren. Get your ass out of here, Ren. It means nothing to me. You're about as weak as these donkeys out here, Ren. Trying to bring up a difficulty on me with Doom. And Doom failed. See, that's the problem with y'all today. You gotta carry some substance. Well, words have to matter. And look, at the end of the day, Doom suffered the fate of the gamers. The gamers didn't buy it. So there's no reason to be throwing no jab at me. Whether I played it on easy, whether I played it on the hardest difficulty, doesn't matter. It doesn't do a thing for that game. What you played and how many DLCs you bought, and you want to champion yourself off of Doom, a flunk game. You're championing yourself off of Doom Dark Ages. It flunked. Let's just be honest, it flunked. You flunked. It flunked. I do it all, Ren. That's why you're here. Because I do it all. Hold on, Rez. Ren, you're here because this show hurts your feelings. That's why you're here, and I love it. Just sit back, keep your emotions going. Appreciate your support, because today we're gonna whoop some ass. Today, get your ass over. For all them years I told y'all, buckle up. I'm so glad that the majority of the people in here seen my work, saw my prophecies. I'm not a fake one out here. MGB failed y'all. Red Dragon failed y'all. J-Dub failed y'all. Porter Rock failed y'all. Any donkey out there with a channel failed y'all. All of them failed y'all. Y'all ran to them false hopers and they gave you nothing in return. You ran to Sony and Sony finally threw those lightning bolts down on y'all. And y'all look stupid. But Legal told everybody, wait, buckle up, the Xbox community. Let the donkeys do all their talking. Let them talk, because in the 5th year, all hell's going to break loose. 5th year. Solid. Oh, how does the Legal know? Because I do my research. Because when you don't change, history is doomed to repeat itself. And we saw this very same attitude and arrogance with the PlayStation 3. We seen it. It wasn't hard. Sony was trying to prep you idiots, but y'all just kept on. It's y'all's fault. Look, when they gave you when they charged y'all $10 for them damn updates, y'all swallowed that. When they made the console cross-gen, you swallowed that.
When they charged you $20 for a little plastic stand,
you swallowed that. When they made you a generic mid-gen console, you swallowed that. All the time, all the while, y'all should have been telling Sony to do what? To do what? Listen to y'all. But how could they listen to y'all when all y'all did was accept? So see, what's hurting y'all right now is that you don't have no more brag in the bag moving forward. They took all your little braggies. Y'all love to show pictures of your little file, your little trophy settings and displays of your old ass PlayStation games, PlayStation 2s and PlayStation 3s and PlayStation 4s. And y'all think that impresses somebody. Y'all think that gamers really care about your little cabinets. We don't care about your cabinets. We don't care. Y'all are the Lone Rangers of the gaming community. Y'all have no community on your console. Y'all sit around and they gave you nothing but these damn single player experiences. They lied to y'all. They told y'all that's what the industry wanted. Nah, that ain't what the industry wanted. That's what Sony could only do. Sony's not good at making multiplayer games. They're not good at making those type of aspects where their games are interesting and have legs.
Talos. Ponies was too worried about Xbox and not their own plastic
And that's
box.
the bottom line.
Yep.
Throughout the years, instead of y'all trying to build y'all's platform up, you had Xbox all in y'all's mouth. And so now you got your rude awakening. Shut up about physical copies, because y'all wasn't buying them damn games no way. The numbers don't lie. Shut up about some damn physical copies. Now the truth is here. The truth, damn it, get your ass back over there. The truth is here. And y'all can't do nothing now but catch them eternal lies, those eternal L's. You can't go nowhere anymore. Now y'all want to abandon ship. Did I not tell you that's what they were going to do? Did I not tell you they're going to abandon ship, Talos Reed? I said, listen, that fan base is weak. Nah, that fan base stands on quicksand. Look, the minute they don't get their way, they're going to run, and they think that's supposed to scare Sony. G-Man, they think you thought that was going to scare Sony. They looking at y'all. They see y'all don't do shit.
The building, Metroplex. What's up,
They're
guys?
looking at them. They thinking that they can persuade this company, these folks on DIRREC that represent the farthest back of gamers that PlayStation even looks at. These guys are way at the back trying to be heard. They trying to be heard. They don't even play games, and they trying to do up. The ones doing the most talking is doing the least. They over there barking up a tree with no cat in it. Sony's looking at
Graybeard, salute.
facts. Sony's looking at them numbers saying it's down to damn near 10% by physical games all across the world. And then you get on DIRREC and you see this protest, and it's only like 200,000. And they think
no diss, no buy.
They think Sony's supposed to look at that 200,000 and start shaking. That's what they thought. Yo, Dolomite, they think that's supposed to scare Sony. Let's get out here with our tiki torches and let's rebel. I'm not buying. I'm canceling my place. You didn't use it anyway. I'm canceling my place. None of y'all used it anyway. It ain't grown nowhere. I'm canceling. I ain't getting the PlayStation 6 when it comes out. I dare y'all not to get it. See you at the crossroads so you won't be lonely. See you at the crossroads so you won't be lonely. And I'm gonna miss everybody. And I'm gonna miss everybody. Ah! You played yourself, homie. Now what?
Hey,
Hey.
Goodbye.
You at the crossroads now. It's either put up or shut up, and we already know how this is going to end. That's why they're crying. That's why they're crying. They know they're not fixing to do a damn thing out here. Sony knows it. Okay, let me break this down. While the champ congratulates himself. I did it. It was easy, and I told you, Metroplex, did I not tell you this was going to be easy, bro? I told y'all this was going to be easy. This ain't hard to do. This prediction was easy. But now let's get for real, Rez. Let's get for real for a minute. Sony, I congratulate you. I'm rooting for Sony and all their endeavors now.
Metro said, no Sony, no cry.
Right.
No
Sony, no cry. Hey, look, y'all. Now I understand why Sony's doing what it's doing. I'm coming off the top rope now. Listen, all Sony was doing was prepping for this day. Think about it. You remember how the media was prepping, talking about, we're hearing rumors that Sony's going to back off his first-party games on PC that are single-player games and reserve them for the console, right? Okay, I get it. Because looking forward, right? PlayStation 5 has absolutely no incentive to buy it now. It's dead. See, You see how that works now? Xbox is dead. No, Xbox ain't dead. Xbox got a new console coming out. PlayStation is dead. Where's your new console? Oh, you're not getting one. You know why? Because Sony knew that y'all wasn't gonna buy it in the first damn place. It's not about the chips. Nah. They been seen this. They were talking about you lames before the chips was even a big deal. They already had told the PlayStation 4 fans, hey, upgrade to the PlayStation 5. There was something happening in your fan base that Sony didn't like. First, y'all wasn't converting over. Y'all stayed right there because y'all are cheap ass gamers. Nobody believes in y'all. You cheap. So Sony had to put a message on your PlayStation 4. Listen, upgrade to PlayStation 5. When they saw that y'all wasn't upgrading, okay, we're going to extend the PlayStation 5 now. So right there, why were they extending the PlayStation 5? Because they wasn't getting no money off of it. Y'all told me that the PlayStation 5 was going to be this record-breaking console in sales. You sure about that? I told you it wasn't going to be. I said that. You sure about that? Oh, watch this, watch this. We want physical copies. We're not buying no more games. We're not doing anything. Sure about that? Because Grand Theft Auto 6 begs to differ. Sure about that? Because there ain't no physical copies for that. Sure about that? Make our day. Make our day and don't buy Grand Theft Auto 6. Return those receipts back. Do something about that. Because the last time I checked, y'all the ones that said y'all had the marketing rights to it. Sure about that? Look at how y'all just give yourselves L's every time you open your mouth. See, the reason why I call y'all donkeys, it ain't because y'all are actual donkeys. It's because y'all make asses out of yourselves.
Every single time.
Y'all are human butts walking around in real time. All y'all do is shit on yourselves. That's why I call y'all donkeys. Nobody has to do anything. You had this idiot in here just a few minutes ago talking about console war. This ain't no console war. How's this a console war? Y'all self-inflicted yourselves. We're not talking about capabilities here. That idiot don't even know what a console war is.
Donkeys can never take accountability. They always deflect, bro. Always.
Always deflect. And guess what? It gets worse. So as we proceed, right, to tell these idiots the real reasons why Sony did what they did, because they were getting prepared to make adjustments with their own lame-ass fan base. They got that L. Oh, they took the games and put them on. They're going to take these single-player games and put them on PlayStation 5. That's not going to help PlayStation 5. That's not helping them. So now, what do you got? Who cares what comes on PlayStation 5 now?
says, I'm not a GTA fan anyway, so I won't be buying it. Do some of you realize how many games are coming out before it? Tons.
Exactly.
Facts.
You know, but we already know the ending results for it. It is the king of kings. Grand Theft Auto is going to sell billions. It's going to break records. I'm a Gears of War E-Day. That's my guy. But I'm not stupid enough to say that the flock is not going to that game. They're going to that game. That's just what it is. The PlayStation fans made mockery out of themselves because they're boycotting physical copies as if the greatest game on earth is going to be a physical copy game. Now, if y'all tell me, how does that make any sense? They're over here championing for physical copies. So what are they going to do about Grand Theft Auto 6? What are they going to do? They say they got marketing rights, so what are they going to do? I haven't seen one damn commercial with Grand Theft Auto 6 on it, sponsored by Sony yet. Where are the marketing rights at? Anybody know? I don't see them. I don't see them. Now y'all obsolete on that. Make your mind up. Y'all are too emotional out here. What are y'all going to do? Make your minds up. Are you going to buy video games? Well, are you going to at least attempt to buy video games now? Are you? Because you're not doing it. You're not really doing it now. Why would anybody believe you're going to do it later? The only thing, if you do, it would be more convincing if you did buy Grand Theft Auto 6 because PlayStation is a third-party console in the first place. I would be more convinced if you did that. Y'all ain't even over here talking about Wolverine, and Wolverine's going to have more sales digitally than physical. See, what's funny is Wolverine doesn't even have a collector's edition to it. That's an L.
Nope.
That's an L. That's an L. There's no W's coming off that platform. I told y'all, didn't I? Buckle up. Just wait. Just wait. Now they can't
Wolverine
even
sales are going to hurt too because of this.
Right. Y'all mad at them physical copies of Wolverine? What are y'all going to do? We know, oh, y'all going to go out here and try to make that 50% a reality. See, I told you 50% of our game. That's because it's a single player exclusive. That's what it is. It's not consistent enough. Even your single player games are not consistent enough. Sony's not even looking at that. You're gonna go out here and buy 50% off the initial release, and then after that it's dead. It's not good enough. Y'all don't understand how to do this right. That's why you don't have a long list of legacy titles. That's why. You don't. That's why it takes y'all forever to get anything done. Y'all are still sitting around here waiting for Naughty Dog to come up with something. Naughty Dog ain't coming up with shit. You hope that Neil Drummond even sticks around anymore. Everybody's jumping ship. My man Hiroki Jitoki done took his stocks out. Yo, Rez, my man took his stocks out. He says, yo, I got to take this shit out right now. So you want to know what that means, Cygnus?
CEO.
This is what that means.
Half of its stocks.
Right. This is what that means in case everybody forgot and took a dump in their brain about the same reason why Jim Ryan did it. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. When they do that, that means there's no confidence in the brain. That means I better take my money out now while it's worth something. There's no hope for y'all now. They all failed you, just like I said they were. Where's your influencers at? You see, they're nowhere around to cheer you up. Where are they at? Huh? Where's your YouTuber at? Wait a minute. Here on Di-RRec Gaming, since its conception, it's been about uplifting the Xbox community. It's always been about edifying the Xbox community. Through the doom and gloom, we don't do that over here. We don't do doom and glooming. We don't do all of that. Oh, worries me. We don't wade in the water over here. We don't do none of that. There's no crying over here. We don't do none of that. Ponies are walking butt heads, bro. They're human butts shitting on themselves every day. Talos Retail is crazy, man. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are the ones who are the pity patters. Soon as something don't go your way, look at them. They crying. They've been crying for a whole week.
Metro said, but consoles facts, bro. Those consoles weren't enough, were they? 80 million consoles. Sony told you it's not enough.
It's not enough, baby.
Not enough.
Told you clowns, them console sales wasn't gonna mean nothing. I told y'all this was your last console to impact. That's it. This is it. Nobody's talking about PlayStation after this. This is it. Told y'all.
Over.
Y'all hate to see me come. I know it. They hate to see me coming on here, bro. They hate it, Rez. No, not legal again. Stop him. Somebody stop him. All he does is tell lies, hurts our feelings. And then what I say comes to light. I haven't took an L from a donkey yet. What we talk about 6 years, man. The champ is here. We here. It's too easy. Y'all are not even hard to defeat, man. For one, y'all don't know nothing about gaming. When you do talk about gaming, you don't even know what you're talking about. Two, you have no gaming skills. Y'all skills is trash. That's why y'all love the little movie cinematic sit-back games. Y'all just like to put your controller down and look at those cinematics. Y'all trash. Y'all crybabies. That's what y'all do. Watch too much Pornhub. Come on, man. Y'all out here acting like because it's the best in the gaming market brand that all y'all ought to bow down to us. Nah, man. See, let me tell you something about Xbox. Xbox is that kryptonite that cannot be resolved. It's that gamma-infused gem that cannot be broken. It's that green laser that cuts through everything. And look, what's funny is when Microsoft said this is a marathon, not a sprint, it meant that. All the ups and downs of Xbox is still here. Now it's getting a reset. It's still here. What does that tell y'all? That Sony can do nothing to Xbox. It can do absolutely nothing. Xbox problem is Xbox. Sony's problem is his own fan base. Cygnus and Mike Johnson and the rest of them are its problem. But
Yep.
Cygnus knows why he's here.
This guy is coming up with all these excuses, defending
No,
everything.
let him. Look, let him.
Go ahead,
I'm not
man.
caring
You
about
go
that,
ahead.
man. I ain't caring about that. I love they tears. Put your tears in here. Oh, God. Put your tears in here.
Delicious.
Delicious. Put your tears in here because it's game over for y'all sluts. I told you prostitutes it was going to happen. I told you Sony was going to pimp y'all and tell y'all
No
to
extra
walk that
lives,
track.
no continues. It's over.
Jago
That's a
6,
wrap.
Brian G4 and them, they've been up here for years. They done heard me say this over and over again. They gonna turn them into prostitutes and make them run that track, baby. And the bitch better have my money. Look what they said.
I'm still
Look what they
weak
know,
about
Raz.
that one dude who dropped a random address.
Raz, look what they said. I want you to read that last paragraph that they said to him, but look what I said they were gonna say to him. Put those heels on, run that track, and bitch better have my money. Now watch what Raz reads out. This is corporate pimping. Read that last paragraph to him, Raz.
Hold on. Keep going. I got to pull it back up again.
No, you good. This is corporate pimping. They're pimps, and they're letting these hoes know that we don't give a damn about what you feel. Wipe your face, put some makeup back on, put those heels back on, get y'all asses out there and walk that track. And you better bring my money back. That's what Sony told you hoes. Yes, sir. This is international pimping. And I ain't got nothing but salutations for Sony. Sony, keep doing a good job. You got to do what you got to do for your brand. There's not a donkey bigger than the brand. There's nobody bigger than the brand. Jeff Keighley's not bigger than the brand.
Necessary to maintain direct communication with fans about this decision as they trust in the strength of the brand and the loyalty of their fan base.
Say it again,
Raz. They know the loyalty of their fan base. So they know that you guys will defend them no matter what they do. You'll bow down and kiss the ring.
Look at them hoes. Y'all are a bunch of hoes to Sony.
Yes, man, stop.
Y'all a bunch of hoes, man. They looking at y'all like a bunch of whores. Put them heels on, get out there to that track, and bitch, bring my money back. Now see, they looking legal. Nah, this is just fun. I don't take this shit too serious. It's just too fun.
They took your physical box and they smacked you across the face with
it. They saw y'all shelves with all those physical medias in it. Took some kerosene because they wanted that shit to burn quick. Threw that kerosene over there and flamed it all down real quick. Left nothing but ashes. Nothing but ashes. You go over a donkey house, right, to go visit, and the first thing you do when you walk into their living room, they got a damn wall just plastered with video games. That's how weird they are. That's how weird they are. They go out on a date, girl want to come over to their crib, and the girl's tripping out like, damn. I thought it was gonna be some candlelights and stuff, and this motherfucker got video games all up in his damn living room. It's the houses. The girls get scared. They leave. They make up some shit. My job is. Wait a minute, I got a meeting or something. They leave. Bunch of weirdos, man. Y'all a bunch of damn weirdos. They used to go around holding up their little physical copy, acting as if they did something great because they went and bought a game. They didn't buy that game at release date. They waited till that game
There
went
you
on
go.
sale. They waited till that game got down to $29.99. The report's out on y'all. Y'all wait till all them games get real cheap, then y'all want to start buying them up. Y'all wait on Black Friday, that's when y'all buy them up. Then y'all want to come out here throwing up some media in people's faces. Y'all's whole program has been shut down. Nobody believes in a donkey no more. Nobody. And all y'all got is our throwaways. The Red Dragon is a throwaway. Crap Gamer is a throwaway. Y'all got throwaways. MGB is a throwaway. Donkeys ain't got no original nobody. Nobody. They trash. Nobody cares about what Porter Rock said. That nigga's been spewing L's. He been spewing L's since day one. He doesn't even know what to say now. Go look over there. All they doing is crying. What happened, tough guys? Y'all supposed to be the tough guys for y'all community. Y'all supposed to be leading these donkeys to high heavens. Y'all supposed to be carrying them to the promised land. Yo, G-Man, them so-called false prophets supposed to be carrying them donkeys to the promised land. Over here, we took them to
Metro,
the
no
finals,
Vaseline,
baby.
bro. Raw
We took them
dog.
to the finals and won. What y'all do? Y'all thought console sales was gonna do it for you. Nah. Sony told y'all the console sales wasn't gonna do it for you, but y'all like to ignore Sony. See, when
They
Sony
stop
tells y'all
supporting it,
something,
and they still think it matters.
right? Because their feelings, they think those little silly ass feelings matter. What'd you say? You said it, Matt. But what about your physical copy? What'd you say? So your ass out of here. Your physical copies didn't mean nothing. Sony,
My
the hell you
physical
talking about, donkey? What you talking
donkey
about?
said just the tip.
That donkey down there talking about, but my physical copies. What about your little physical copies? Your physical copies don't mean nothing to Sony. You didn't do nothing for Sony. You did nothing. You bought those physical copies on sale. Wasn't y'all the ones that told everybody? Damn.
Support the devs.
That's it. Didn't y'all tell everybody to support them devs? Didn't y'all tell everybody we don't mind paying $70? The day y'all said that, I said, there it went. That's the end right there for him. I immediately made a show and laughed. The whole entire time, I laughed and said they just spoke their end. That was their end. The first dude that got on Twitter even said that. He's responsible. Y'all go find him. Y'all go find him because he prophesied y'all's end. Everybody out here with sense knew y'all was lying. Oh, we don't mind paying them. The report from sales was just dropping down. They just kept dropping down. So we started to say, well, what's wrong with the donkeys? I thought these were the damn supporters. Hey, they even fooled devs. Now we're gonna put our games over on PlayStation, I'm an Xbox. Game flop. Oh, they asked them, well, what was your reason for putting on play? Oh, it had the bigger install base. Yo, the biggest L ever in history was when Square Enix said, man, F this damn fan base, bro. F them. We're putting our games everywhere. They was that was the last third party company to do those console exclusives, and they even woke up to y'all. Put your tears in the cup, man. Just put your tears in here. Ah, tastes so good. Tastes so good. Rez, does it taste so good?
Yum.
That hydration, there's nothing like this hydration right here. Donkey tears. Oh, yeah, what did y'all think was going to happen tonight? You didn't think DIRREC Gaming wasn't going to go live tonight? What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with them? Yo, y'all tell me what's wrong with them. What's wrong with them? Why did they get on their knees, close their eyes, and open up their mouth so much for Sony? Rain said, them donkey tears, man, have STDs. Man, come on, man. Come on, bro. You playing, bro. Come on, bro. Yo, you know what? Damn.
Red
Rain
Dead
got us on
Panda
that
in
one.
the building. Welcome.
Rain got us on that one. Yo, what's wrong with him though? Really, what's wrong with him? I've never been able to figure them dudes out, man. Something's wrong with that fan base. Something's wrong with them. But guess what? Legal's victorious. How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel that I can't be stopped? How does it make you feel the one you hated on the most told you the truth? You ran all around me. You thought going over here, going over
Panda.
there was
Please,
going to
Mr.
stop this
Sony,
L.
I have some more.
Facts. Y'all ran over there, ran over there, ran over there, ran over there, ran over there. When legal gets to talking, close y'all's ears. Don't listen to them. But how does it feel?
He
How
said,
does
"Here,
it feel?
Tony, I spread my cheeks for you. Bend over and spread them for you, Mr. Sony."
They got mad at me because I told y'all to laugh at them. Because I told y'all, stop arguing with them. I told y'all, stop arguing with them. The end is already for them. It's just a matter of time. You don't even have to debate with them no more. You remember when them idiots would have those spaces? I used to annihilate them in spaces. They used to get mad at me on Twitter spaces. They get mad at me anywhere. But the champ is here, y'all. The champ is here, and I appreciate all of y'all for believing in me. See, let me tell you something. You ain't got to have the biggest channel to be victorious. You don't have to be major to do major things. It's not about that. I just like how to catch these L's and send them right back to the donkey community. I receive them, open them up. Oh, really? I send them, put them back in a nice envelope, and I mail them right back out to these donkeys. They get mad at me. I didn't take your physical copies away from you. They want to come up on DIRREC Gaming and spread their tears. I just told y'all what's going to happen. Y'all didn't believe in me. We come here to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help us gaming. What y'all do? See, y'all don't have nobody telling y'all that. Y'all don't have nobody telling y'all that.
Rangy says donkeys have exclusive ankles.
Y'all go where they tell y'all to buy their merch. They want you to buy their t-shirts. They want y'all to buy their t-shirts. They want y'all running around outside with their t-shirt on. Me, I just like being victorious. I don't get goofy with donkeys. I just like being victorious. I like them to doubt me. I just like being victorious. I like them to get mad at me. But Red Dead Panda Gaming, I just like being victorious.
She said,
The
been telling these
only
gamers for
thing that
years that
matters.
they were for the payers. Facts, not the players.
For years.
Yep.
For years. See, me and Red Dead Panda, we go way back. We go back to the Minecraft dungeons. We go back to Minecraft dungeons. I met her from my man Egg. Yes, sir. Dolomite. How long have I been telling them that them wheels them fell off, the engine them blew up. They can't do anything no more. They gotta walk out in this highway and they're gonna get hit. How many times I told y'all that? They were driving them cars with no safety belts on. It was just a matter of time for that collision to happen. And it was gonna happen in the 5th year. Boy, it's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And yet, what baffles me is there's nobody out here trying to tell them the truth. Everybody out here wants to play on their platform and market their merch and stuff, bro. That's all that matters to them. They want to be the first one out the gate. I don't want to be the first one out the gate. That don't matter to me. Only thing that matters to me is this victories, baby. These victories are the only thing that matters to me. That's it. That's it. All Microsoft has to do, it doesn't matter if they come out with a diskless or a disk. All they got to do is come out now. All Project Healy has to do is come out. They've won. That's it. That's it. Because I'm going to tell you what they're not going to do. Here's what they're not going to do. They're not going to be able to afford the PlayStation 6. I hope that Sony makes a new Vita. You know what they're not going to be able to do? They're not going to be able to afford the new Vita. I hope PlayStation comes out with a new VR headset. You know what they're not going to do? They're not going to be able to afford. See, nothing they're going to do now moving forward, the donkeys can go forward no more. Said that. I told you. You shall not pass. Here's the reason why, everybody. Here's the reason why. Because they do not have continual money. They don't have no live service games. How long have I been saying that? And here's the breakdown to anybody who don't understand why I said that. Before, games cost just $100 million to make. As time goes, prices go up. So as the economy and new technology advances, prices go up. The games cost $150 million. Okay, still good, cool, because a game like Call of Duty would pay for that. Okay, games got to become 200 to 250 million. That was about 5 to 6 years ago. Games still come out because one of your games being successful would pay for that. All right, your subscription service would pay for that. Nobody was tripping. But like every great tsunami warning, they warn you of the earthquake. If you living around the coastal shores, anybody who's ever lived on an island like me, grew up around water like me, understands. You got to go to the highest point of view. When you get a tsunami warning, nobody's going to stay right there at the coastline. Nobody but donkeys, but nobody with rational minds will stay there. And they told y'all. They told y'all what was going to happen. See, because y'all failed to ignore the warning. Failed to ignore that damn warning. And as the years went by, even Phil Spencer said, the problem is that gaming is becoming too expensive to make. The big AAA games are becoming too expensive to make. You could laugh at him then, whatever. He's not here anymore. You can say whatever you want to say about Phil. But that's one thing that he said that resonates today. And when I looked it up and I studied, because I do my research, I don't do the game and media regurgitation. I actually look some shit up. And when I saw the trajectory, that's when I made the call. Did the show, said, hey, games are about to start being 300 to 350 million. Okay? Enter Spider-Man 2. Everybody laughed at me. Enter Spider-Man 2. We come to find out that it cost Spider-Man 300 million and PlayStation made about 315 million back. They didn't make no money off that damn game. Rez, when that happened, and then homeboy, what was it? Yoshida had to come out. Once he retired, he was able to talk. He smacked them donkeys again and said, the actual game that's making the most money is what? Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 made more money than Spider-Man 2. Why?
And Call of
Because
Duty.
it's a multi-service, live service game. The money can rotate and rotate and rotate. Spider-Man made his money one time and that was it.
Facts, Red Dead. She says the industry has been heading for a crash for ages. It's become too broad and bloated. Something has to give as gamers can't afford to support every title that releases, even worse with this economy. Yeah.
Right.
And the thing, go ahead, Famo.
That's right. But here's the bigger picture. It ain't just that we can't afford, because let's just be honest. The game prices really haven't went up. There's no $80 games out here. Think about it. Nintendo did that and it's backfired on them. But Xbox ain't got $80 games out here. Xbox ain't got $90 games out here. Let's just be honest. This problem has been happening, Red, for about the last 8 years. The people fail to forget this. Before they even decided to make this change, remember what Phil Spencer said? He said we gave it another 4 years to see if anything would change. Before we got to this point, to sound the alarm of the tsunami, we gave it another 4 years. So from 2018, that's why in 2022 they said they're gonna either, what do you want? Phil said, what do you want? It's either we raise the prices on video games or what, Rez?
Or we monetize you more.
That's it. That's it. And y'all was like, no, we really, it was more like this. Here's the truth. No, because we really ain't buying games, Phil. So, Lamar, you can monetize us. That's what happened, really. And then we got monetized, and it really killed off the Xbox. Because nobody, and this was not just an Xbox. The Xbox was already hurting, but it made it hurt even more. But PlayStation fans were fronting too. Nintendo fans were fronting too. But Nintendo ain't the gaming leading market. Xbox ain't the biggest gaming leading market. They don't lead in that. Nah, that's PlayStation that's number one in the gaming market. So who? All eyes on PlayStation. All eyes on PlayStation. But here's what the gaming media does. The gaming media wants to talk about Xbox having a reset without even telling donkeys that really, literally, Sony's doing the same thing.
Yep.
Do y'all know that
They've been doing
Sony's actually doing a reset too? Or are y'all donkeys that dumb to see that?
Yeah, they've been doing it
Exactly.
for a few years already.
Exactly. Sony's been house cleaning for some years. Are y'all just, Destiny 2 is dead. It's dead. Y'all over here talking about Xbox, but Destiny 2 is dead. Bungie's in shambles. They wasted $3.6 billion. They couldn't even afford Bungie. You see how the media has to cradle y'all because y'all are that dumb. The gaming media has to exist for donkeys because they're that dumb. They're that dumb. You're not winning nothing. They're just hiding facts from y'all. And that's what the new legal's been saying all these years. See, I even told you that Jeff Keighley's not going to save you eventually. I said it on DIRREC Gaming. I said eventually, Jeff Keighley can't bring those awards like he really wants to for them. He can't save them. And look what happened last year. 0 for 19. There was nothing. The industry bucked back at the weirdo the year before and said, bro, what the hell are you doing? Being this jazzy for Sony games. You're too oily after the show. What's going on, Jeff? What's going on, Jeff? He had some explaining to do. Couldn't explain right. Next Game Awards, it was as if PlayStation games didn't even exist. What do you think is going to happen this Game Awards? You think you're going to win a game? Look, ain't a donkey in this world that thinks they finna win an award this year. Not one. Wolverine is not bringing you a trophy. Wolverine's not going to do it. PlayStation's dead. It's a bye-bye console. Bye-bye. PlayStation is a bye-bye console. It's not a console war. See, you don't even know when you're going to get a PlayStation 6. And at this point, I wouldn't even worry about one because you're not buying it anyway. At this point, just understand you're stuck with a PlayStation 5 for many years. You're stuck. You're stuck there. Guess what's not going to happen anymore for you donkeys? Parity. Digital Foundry will not be able to save you anymore. I love my victories. You see? I'm telling
Speaking of
them what's going
which,
to happen. Rez, I'm
we
telling
just
them what's going to happen. Digital Foundry can't save
right.
y'all. As a matter of fact, y'all going to stop liking Digital Foundry. Y'all not going to like them anymore because Digital Foundry will not be able to lie to you anymore.
We just found out the new 007 game runs better on Xbox too. better than the PS5 Pro. What do we tell you?
You know, y'all gonna hate Digital Foundry soon. You know, those Xbox games are gonna come fresh off a PC in all their glory, purely optimized for the console, straight off the oven. Guess what else is gonna happen to you? That fill era of you getting games, getting Xbox games you don't buy, they're bye-bye now. You don't get those anymore. Y'all gonna become avid Overwatch fans, Call of Duty fans. Keep doing a good job there. See, Xbox ain't dead. Xbox is what you need. We know this. You know, Xbox is the brand that you shoot that needle in. You got to have that Call of Duty. You got to have it. Shouts to realists. They got to have that juice, fam. Their platform don't exist without Xbox. Y'all are fiends now. Y'all are fiends now. And as you move forward, your
What do we
games are
tell
going
you?
to be.
Sony's going to play follow the leader. They're playing follow the leader.
That's too
following
easy.
Microsoft.
Right. That's been said eons ago, right? That's too easy, Rez. But I'm hitting them where their heart's at. You won't have no comparisons. You're not even gonna like comparisons anymore. Look at Realize I woke up to see the boys online. Look, they're not even gonna like comparisons anymore. They're gonna be mad at comparisons. Days are numbered, people. They days are numbered. Now they're giving up on gaming. They want you to think, look, what did I tell y'all? The ones on Twitter X, they can't even represent the real fans of PlayStation. See, the real fans of PlayStation play Rocket League, 2K, Madden, Call of Duty, FIFA. What else? Minecraft. Look at all those Xbox games.
Fortnite. Yep.
Fortnite. They over here telling you about intergalactic whatever and Wolverine. That ain't what the masses are buying. The masses don't play those games. PlayStation's a third-party console. Just ask Sean Layden. I love to catch victories. Just ask Sean Layden. He told him. But
An empty box, no content.
Red, say it again.
An empty box with no content.
One more time, Rez.
An empty box with no content.
We didn't say that. They said it. They said it. But y'all get mad because we elaborate on it. Y'all get, what do you think we're supposed to do? The gaming media clowns Xbox, everything. Everybody else clowns Xbox. So what did you think we were going to do? What do you think DIRREC Gaming is going to do? That's how weak they are. Everybody else throws their trash on Xbox. But DIRREC Gaming can't throw just a tomato at PlayStation. And then when DIRREC Gaming throws his tomato, all hell breaks loose. That fan base is super weird, bro. Super weird. Full of high volume emotional vaginal specimens. It's weird. It's like they stay wet. It's like somebody's always fingering them. We know who it is. Sony let it out there. Okay. Damn, Sony. You've been doing that shit for some years. But damn, Sony just came out and didn't even want to be discreet about it anymore. They just doing it in the open. They just do them in the open now. They don't even care. They just put it out there. This is what we do to them. Take that.
Yep. Red Dead says, PlayStation says, thanks for your money, but we don't care about you, only your money. And we are finally showing you exactly who we are. Exactly. They're showing their whole ass to the world. Finally, people are seeing who they truly are.
All those malpractices, all those lawsuits. The hell away from me, man. Y'all too weak for this, man. None of your YouTubers are built for this. Look at them on Twitter crying. Coming out with some tiki torches and shit, some lighters. Y'all don't even have flamethrowers. Y'all coming out there with some lighters. Acting like y'all threatening Sony. with some little lighters that they got at 7-Eleven. They went out there and bought some lighters from 7-Eleven, thinking they fixing to come out here and scare Sony. Sony got the numbers. Sad day. It's a sad day for donkeys, but it was told it was coming. It was told it was coming with no laughter. I looked at y'all straight in the face and told y'all what was going to happen. I pointed right at y'all and told y'all what was going to happen. You thought you was going to run around the lilies on legal, huh? You thought you was going to do something illegal, huh? You thought you was going to silence legal, huh? You thought legal was just going to fade away and go somewhere, huh? But I kept telling you we here. Yeah, really, they put all four up in them.
Yeah, they fisted them.
They fit.
Buy our controller. Buy our disk drive.
Ultra combo.
Spend more on our PS Plus.
They fisted them. You can't make this Red Dead Redemption. G-Man, they ultra combo. They fisted them hard. In broad daylight, in front of everybody. They showed everybody just how they doing. Man, we ain't have to do nothing but sit back and wait. I told y'all, sit back and wait. Where's all the big mouths now? What they gonna do for y'all? What they gonna do for you? I'm just saying. Who's gonna help these donors? Who's gonna help them? Rez, tell me who's gonna help them.
Nobody.
Sony, hey, what they say? Sony's skipping Gamescom or whatever.
Yep, they're not going to be at Gamescom again.
Another L. What? But why would they even go? They don't have nothing to show. Who we kidding?
You got no games. Yeah.
Got no games. You're dead, Sony. You're dead over there with PlayStation. PlayStation is dead. You gonna have your boy out here, Sega Dreamcast, just snorting more, just not even snorting it, just eating it up. He makes meth sandwiches, just start eating them meth sandwiches, and he goes out here, his first title's gonna be PlayStation's dead. That's it. PlayStation's dead. You knew he was dumb, but you kept him around. See, the only reason you kept these idiots around is because they would say something bad about Xbox. You keep anybody around that says it. Y'all would keep me around. If I just left Xbox tomorrow and start shitting on Xbox and I went and bought me a PlayStation 5, they would crown me the new king. That's all it takes. Your welcoming party to the donkey community is just to shit on Xbox. They don't care. They don't care. They'll take you in. That's the only reason they keep these clowns around. They know they dumb. But hey, man, he talks about Xbox, so yeah, we'll keep him around. That's it. That's it, man. I mean, it's just y'all are too weak, too simple. You know, this is not even something hard to do. You know, it's like a race, and y'all, we start racing, and y'all can't run no faster than 3 miles per hour. That's what this is. You know, it's not hard, y'all. Just don't even. All I'm telling y'all right now is just laugh at them. Just laugh at them. There's no the gaming media is letting them down now. They can't even go to that and find any solace anymore. They can't even find no solace no more. Gaming media let them down. All last week, they were dooming and glooming. And I put on my Twitter, the L is coming, y'all.
Yeah, Messcast guy was right back to Xbox is dead again in his videos.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. And what's crazy? Microsoft just keeps putting out games. Just keeps putting out games. And I love how Asha has stopped with the damn creative freedom, right? Stop with the damn making games, you know, just for the sake of making a game because you're passionate about it. Nah, because we saw they got too lazy. Xbox is about to bring back these big ass games on your asses, and they ain't gonna be going nowhere. They're gonna be on Xbox. See, now their worst fear is about to happen. See, Xbox was the good old guy, G-man. You know, oh, you know, we're for the gamers and this and that. But everybody kept shitting on them. Okay. Well, Xbox about to show everybody that they got the technology. They're the masters of what? Unreal Engine. See, when Gears of War E-Day comes out, I just want to let everybody, I want everybody to understand this. You're going to be playing a video game in Unreal Engine 5.8.
Way it's supposed to be. Yep.
Not 5. 5.8. Just 2 points away from 6. Do you want to know what's going to be operating Unreal Engine 6? You guessed it. Project Helix. Nintendo, Sony, PlayStation. Where's your Unreal Engine 5.8 anything? See, I bought a Series X. And as you can see, I'm going to have something where I said, I actually got my money worth out of it. You see, Rez? You're going to play a game that's future tense. This game is one of the games. If you go back right now on YouTube and go and look up the Unreal Engine showcase, then you go look up on the internet and type in Gears of War E-Day using Unreal Engine 5.8. They tell you, Unreal tells you that this was one of the first games they actually worked on to implement this technology. You want to know, it's going to be a beautiful thing seeing Metalight. The first, see, people thought that the Xbox couldn't do no ray tracing. You know, you listen to Digital Foundry, you'll be a donkey. Digital Foundry didn't see this coming, did they? Not only is the Series 8 going to run ray tracing, but it's going to run it effortlessly with the next gen form of ray tracing at 60 frames. Nobody saw that coming. Nobody. See, what's going to happen is this, y'all. Y'all ready for this one? Microsoft is going to win the gaming market by just executing off of what they do best. That's it. They're going to make everybody turn how they talk about it. That's how you do the media. Soon, donkeys ain't even going to like the media, because the media has to go where the major player is at. The major player is no longer PlayStation. PlayStation 5 died in 2020, as far as I'm concerned, when it said it was going to be a cross-gen console. That's when it died to me. That's when I laughed. I remember the 7th coming at me saying, legal, I wouldn't laugh too soon. I said to the 7th, I beg to differ. Shit, I'm laughing before the console even comes out. It was legal that told y'all 8 months prior to that it was a dud console. It wasn't a real RDNA 2.0 console. They asked me, how did I know? I do my fucking research. If I just listen to the gaming media, I'd be dumb just like you. But I don't. I do my research. So I sounded the alarm in February of 2020. Go check the videos. Realists know I'm not lying. Technoblast was there. We did a show. I hit up Tech and said, Tech, you're going to be my witness. I'm going to do this show right now. And watch. When this console comes out, it's going to be dog shit. So I warned everybody. Went on Twitter X Raz, typed it away, put the first damn video out saying specifically, this console's not a real 2.0. They laughed. They're going to come and tell me, they're going to show me where it shows the GPU. The GPU says it's 2.0. I said, that's a GPU. You're just admitting to me that it's not a full RDNA 2 console. That's just the GPU. You see how donkeys are? Then I said, okay, well, let's look at the chip. So I got the article where they showed the chip. I said, I don't know about anybody out here that ain't never worked on electronic shit before, but I have. $1 billion entities I've had to change out motherboards for. So I'm not going to come out here and just say some dumb shit. Nah, I explained. Every little line you see, that's a circuit, right? Those little dots that you see within them, those are the die points. When you don't see no more lines, but you see where they could go and you don't see them connecting, that's either two things. Either something was supposed to go there or something was removed. We find out later on that something was supposed to go there. It wasn't even removed because it was never put on that raggedy ass, donkey ass console. So those little lines that were just there that couldn't get implemented, that was your RDNA 2, dummy. So what did I say? Immediately I said, well, this console is not even going to be a 1.5. It's more like a 1.3. And I was being generous when I said that. So I admit where I was wrong. We come out, find out that it's a 1.1. Not even a 1.3. And that happened in the 5th year. You donkeys are dumb. So what did that tell me? That what I knew was true, that Sony was going to play you idiots for 5 years before they come out and tell
Or
you.
it was where they knew too. The donkey swore up and down.
They swore up and down. It was an. They couldn't explain. Okay, a donkey's going to swear up and down it's something, but guess what a donkey can't do? A donkey can't tell you why.
Nope.
The donkey just going to tell you, oh, it's 2.0. Can't tell you why. I told him why. Then Sony told him it wasn't. And you want to know what they said when that happened? Oh, it don't matter, man. Just play the games. Don't tell me just to play the games, bitch
Ah,
ass boy. Don't tell me just to play them games. I'm not playing. I don't have a PlayStation. The shit that's happening to PlayStation ain't my fault. It's your fault. Oh, we just need to play the games. Why don't you say that to your fan base? Because look at y'all today. Look at y'all today. No games. No games. And the games y'all do have, nobody cares about them. So Sony yanking them games off the PC, we know why. Sony charging all these charges, we know why. Sony seeing that y'all buying nothing but media games, we know why. We know exactly why Sony's making his moves for PlayStation. And you want to know who else knows? Donkeys know. But you want to know what donkeys want to do? As they always do. Act like they don't know. And because they're great actors, they get no Oscars. And guess what? They get told to go the fuck home. Show's over. Every single time. The Game Awards couldn't save you, like I told y'all. There's not enough awards. There wasn't enough awards on God's green earth that was going to save that PlayStation 5 console. There's not enough media lies to save that console's life. There's not enough influence on this earth that's going to save that console. Not enough YouTubers going to save that console. Because the only people that can make a difference in that console are these donkeys that are flapping their mouths. That's it. And guess what they didn't do? They didn't save that console. So I laugh at every single one of y'all that pampered PlayStation, that wanted to go half on PlayStation. Look, some of y'all right now look dumb. Y'all left the Xbox, went over to PlayStation and joined forces with some PlayStation dudes. Look how goofy you look right now. You know who you are. Look how goofy you look right now. You look dumb. Super dumb. There's nobody that can save it. The fan base has to save it. There ain't nobody buying you no video games. You got to buy your own video games. You remember back in the day, PlayStation been known about these clowns. Remember back in the PlayStation 3 days? What did Sony tell them, Red? What did Sony tell them, Realist? Get 2 damn jobs. You want this console? Go work 2 jobs. And then, you know, Sony will tell them that, but Sony's notorious for the lie. You want to know what they told them? Oh, and on top of that, the console will run at 120 frames per second. You can't make this shit up. And guess what the donkeys did?
8K.
Guess what the donkeys did when that article came out? I will never forget it. They were up in GameStop talking about, I'm getting that PlayStation, man, because it runs at 120 frames per second. When I tell you donkeys are dumb, I mean it. I don't laugh about it. I say it with a straight face. Not only do I say it with a straight face, I even put more emphasis on it. They're dumb by default. They have a natural setting that's dumb. And if they move it, it says dumber. And if they try to get out of it, it says dumbass. They can't get out of the dumb. No matter where they go. There's 3 levels to it. That's it for them. I watched them. Sony, Jim Ryan told y'all that y'all have this unwavering support. Remember when the PlayStation was just selling? Sony didn't know why it was selling. They couldn't tell people, I don't know what's so damn great about the console. We were actually scared of Xbox. We threw this out here because we were actually scared of Xbox. We just had to be desperate. The whole showcase of PlayStation 4 was a lie. We spoke about it on the last show. What did donkeys do? They ran with it. Future generations, they ran with it. Sony told the whole world, we wasn't expecting that reaction. They were scared. Donkeys didn't even realize they were scared to death of Microsoft. We were scared. We was a bunch of pussies. When we saw how the crowd reacted to Xbox, we went and did some more calibration. We came out and we got that reception. And we said to ourselves, well, they don't know that we were going to do the same thing Microsoft was going to do. But hey, let's just enjoy the moment. Let's ride with this. Joke's on you, donkey. Rest. Feels good to be right. And Rez, it feels so good to be right all the time. Chat Pack, doesn't it feel good to be right all the time? Not sometimes, not a little bit, all the time. There's not a donkey out here fucking with me, not one. Because all a donkey can do is bring 3 things to the table: a narrative, a myth, and guess what? A theory. That's all they know.
Yep.
That's all they know. I told y'all that. Get
Facts, Red Dead.
broken
Xbox
ass
gamers
mess.
feeling vindicated about seeing PlayStation for who they are. Yep. We told them we knew how they were.
Grab the mic, Reg. Keep going. I'm done.
So
I'm done. Cheers to the new legal. Cheers.
So I don't.
Undefeated champion.
The reason why we're not going to see a crash is because both companies right now are going through their own reset, their restructure. So instead of them crashing, they're doing about it in a different way, right? Microsoft realized that people are not buying a lot of games. They're not expanding their horizons. They're not trying these new experiences, these new games. They're playing the black holes, like Piscatella said. They're playing the same 10 games that show up on the charts every month, right? So Microsoft realized that they've tried coming up with all these new ideas, these studios. They spread themselves out too thin, right? They were trying to build a diverse library of games, and people just weren't interested. They weren't buying them enough. It wasn't working, right? They realized the strategy wasn't working. What they were doing wasn't working. So they had to reset. And what they're doing now, I think, is the best way to go about it. What I mean by that is they're investing in their big franchises, the games that people want. They're listening to what the fans have asked in terms of, like, they want a Fallout New Vegas, right? And what are they doing right now? They're devoting id Studios, they're devoting Obsidian to making Fallout New Vegas 2. They just announced that today, right? They're also investing more into Elder Scrolls and their core franchises with Gears and Halo. They're talking about making Activision Blizzard in charge of that game, of Halo, which is a good thing because Creative 343 has fumbled the ball way too many times at this point, right? They don't know how to manage and run Halo and make it as good as it was in its glory days. So they needed a new direction, right? They needed to cut out all the middle management. They need to build themselves for the future. And Asha took everything that they've learned, everything that they've tried in the past 6 years, and she's made these decisions based on that. And what did they do, right? They didn't do what Sony did, right? They didn't cancel all the games. They didn't close all the studios. What did they do? They let the studios that weren't successful for them go independent. They laid off a good chunk of staff who weren't really contributing or performing to their expectations, right? If you're not performing and you're not releasing games that people want to buy and people want to play, why would you keep them around, right? It doesn't make any sense, right? They're bleeding money. They needed to do this. And they're re-strategizing and putting more focus on what is successful for them and what works, right? Bringing back console exclusivity is a big deal. They needed to do that, right? They also needed to focus on games that people want to play, people are invested in. They need to pull back more on the games that did not work, that are not successful, right? They realize that compulsion is not a good fit for them. They realize Double Fine is not a good fit for them. id Software, we love Doom, right? But let's be real, the Dark Ages did not perform that well. People did not buy it enough. I think Doom's time has come. I hate to say it, but it's a relic of the past. They need to shift their focus on more success stories. Like, they need to turn themselves around. And what better way than to what they've been announcing lately, right? They're going to get this business in a healthy state again, to where maybe in the future they can start doing what they did, now, where they were, expanding into more creative ideas, more new experiences, right?
And real
But
quick,
as
Raz,
it is,
and real quick, make Doom a campaign game. You remember Doom isn't always
yeah,
about running around. Remember Doom 3? You was up in that spaceship, remember?
it was a horror game.
It was a horror game. There you go. Change it up a little bit. And you don't need 100,000 people to make that type of game. That's all I wanted to say.
They don't need to make 100 different new games, right? Because it's too much content. People are not investing that much time into that many new games. They're playing the same group of games, right? So they realize that. So it just makes business sense for them to focus on their key core franchises, right? They could go back to this later. Once they're healthy and in a better state, they can start developing these creative games again. But for right now, they need to focus on what works. And this is the best direction they could have taken, like Red Dead said. They need to go back to the drawing board, and that's what they've done. And people are acting like this is a surprise. They're doing this to save the brand, to save the platform. They need to They need to basically make Xbox successful again. And the way they were doing things was just horrible, right? Like in every stretch of the imagination, right? They had the wrong people in the wrong roles, right? They had people who were actively working against them within their own company.
That's
You saw
fact.
that you saw that posting from that developer from Obsidian, right? He actively hated Xbox, didn't even buy the game for the platform. You've got people like that working in Xbox. You had the
Facts, facts, Willis.
a marketing lead of Xbox with spouting racism and sexism about white guys in the industry. You know, you've got people like that working against the company, and this was just a real good way to kind of start over in so many different ways. Like the new marketing team, the new leadership that Asha's employed, she knows how to run a successful business. She's had nothing but success stories, and every move that she's made so far has been for the betterment of Xbox. See, she actually cares about Xbox, about making the brand great. Like she wants it to be the best it could possibly be. Phil Spencer didn't want that. Phil Spencer didn't really care. He didn't. I mean, he clearly let people run the company who should not have been running it, who should not have been making these decisions. And I realize now that Asha is the right one for the job and Phil was not, right? I take my L there. I do realize that now. Like he made some good moves, yes, but in the end, he hurt the business more than he helped the business. Overall, it was not a good fit, and I'm glad he passed the baton on because now we have the right people in the right roles, and we're finally going to get to a place where Xbox is going to be at the top. And I believe, like she said, in the 2030 era, we're going to see a total shift in the industry and in the market to where Xbox and Microsoft are going to be at the top. And Sony is drowning right now. They're trying to throw every life preserver. They're trying to grab that one last oxygen tank. This is a Hail Mary. They realize that they're bleeding right now. They're trying to stop the bleeding, right? And by doing this, they're trying to maximize their profits in any way possible. Everything they can monetize, anything they can do to make an extra buck. Because let's be real, they still owe money on the Bungie acquisition. They have all these lawsuits coming their way. They've got people canceling their subscriptions.
And
People who
don't
are no
forget
longer going to
about
support the ecosystem.
Hideo Kojima, bro. Don't forget about him and what he said. It's like Xbox brought him back from the dead. He's excited. Everybody thought he was retiring. Nope. He's got some more projects that are gonna come to Xbox, man. He's excited, bro. He's excited because he's got some ideas. And Asha actually said his ideas about video games are exactly the kind of games they're gonna need pushing the Helix into the future. That wowed him. So she's gonna be
Remember, I
looking
was
at
telling
him.
you, Emil, I told you OD is going to be the true next gen game. It's going to be like a game we've never played before, and that's the kind of thing you want to see for the future, right? Kojima is going to make this game insane. Like it's going to be a phenomenal horror game. It's going to do things that most games have not done before. And he approached multiple studios, multiple publishers, but everyone thought he was crazy. The only one that actually
Microsoft.
took him
That's
in,
right.
Microsoft.
Yep. You know, Rez, everything you said was for real, man. Everything you said was right. And if you ain't done, keep cooking. I'm just inserting myself in real quick. If you're an
Whoa.
Xbox fan, bro, you absolutely have nothing to worry about. Nothing. There are some people who don't understand what happened to Doom, but I do. I understand what happened to Doom. People are not excited to just run around. But I played the game. You know, I played it. It's just It literally got on my
Not a bad
nerves.
game.
It got on my nerves. It was just it didn't wow. It doesn't have the wow factor. And a game like Doom has to have the wow factor. Eternal had the wow factor. I beat it on hard. It had the wow factor. This Doom Dark Ages, it didn't have the wow factor. The boards were too. It was just, I don't know, man. It just didn't have the wow factor. I don't even know how to explain it. And because of the way I feel, I guess it resonated to millions of other gamers, and it is what it is. State of Decay 3, I was rooting for it, man. I really was. When I saw the new one, when I saw what they did to Undead Labs, Undead Labs hadn't made a new game in 8 years. It's still ticking. I know they had all the updates for State of Decay 2, but I was an avid State of the 2 fan. State of Decay 2 fan. Avid. And I was there for all the updates. I'm just gonna keep it for real. The updates didn't really. I mean, we were already playing the game. There was. I mean, listen, y'all. It's not what you think it was. It was good. They had some updates. They had 38,000 updates. All right, but the game was great. The game was fun. I was kind
Right,
of done.
Panda.
I was kind of done with that feel, the way it looked, being in just a little town. And after that, I was done with that. I wanted to see something more. I wanted to see it evolve. When I saw that first trailer of State of Decay 3, where the damn deer was eating that wolf, I said, oh, damn, now the animals are infected. It's going to be more realistic, well, when I say realistic, more realism to it. So now I'm getting hyped. Then we didn't see it no more. Years and years and years go by. Everybody starts saying, okay, what's up with State of Decay 3? Then we get the damn trailer. And it's back in the animated setting. It looks just like State of Decay 2. We're still talking about infested, and we're still talking about Juggernaut. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, why are we still talking about them when they was eradicated on the second one? You literally went around eradicated. You really went around and solved that mystery as to what was going on. You got the little beacon sign that there was going to be more things to that story that you thought you knew that were going to happen. There was going to be some more bizarre things. And now we're back to how it was, and it's going on PlayStation 5. And now I understand why the damn game looks the way it looks, because it's going to PlayStation 5. And that just killed me off. I was looking for some Unreal Engine 5 shit. Really, just State of Decay is state of the art, man. It had that permadeath. It was a game changer. It's just sad to see. And we know how Undead Labs is. They take forever. So after this, you may not see them for eons. Who knows what they're gonna do? And it's just sad, you know what I'm saying? You have Double Fine, and we've been screaming at Double Fine for years to make a Psychonauts 3. You know? That game should that Psychonauts should be a trilogy. It deserves to be. It's a great series. But you can't get them to budge. Get the hell up out of here. You mean to tell me we're sitting up here watching a game killing? A pottery game? A pottery game. That's what we have on our Xbox Direct show? A pottery game? Get out of
Nobody
here,
was
man.
excited for that game.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here. You got a legendary game like Psychonauts 2 and you can't finish it off? Get out of here. So I'm not with these goofy, corny Xbox fans that are just goofy. You know, I'm going to be realist tonight. I'm going to call y'all out. For the sake of just being goofy as an Xbox fan, we don't do that over here on Di-RRec Game. So I've been telling y'all the problem with Xbox was its leadership. We've only had one real leader that went all out for Xbox, and that was Peter Moore. And Xbox was built off of that spirit. The reason why is because real Xbox fans know that they're Sega fans. we migrated over to Xbox. When we saw Peter Moore come over there with us, it was relative. We had our leader, and then he carried us to the promised land. He did that. He did that. He put that fight in us. He really did. He didn't really put the fight in us. He just intensified our fights because we were already rebellious gamers. We were rebels. We dethroned Nintendo when nobody thought Nintendo could be second in the gaming market. Guess what? Salute to my Xbox comrades that are the sole successors of Sega. We're going to do it for the second time, baby. They don't understand what's going to happen because they never seen it before. They wasn't on our side. You about to see it happen twice. Salute to everybody that was there then and that's there now that's about to do it again. Salute to y'all. They can never fade us. You about to
Microsoft
do it
gave
again,
these
baby.
developers free reign, right? They gave them the chance to make the games they wanted. And they did. They spent a long time making those games, but nobody wants to play them. Nobody wanted them. So they can't keep giving them chances and spending multiple years of their time and money when those games are not delivering. They're not producing the results they want. You know, that's why it's better for them to go independent. Let them be successful on their own projects. But in the end, Microsoft needs to focus on what works for them. And this is the right move in the end because they had their chance and they blew it. Same with Initiative, right? With Perfect Dark, with Rare, with Everwild. Like, how many years, how many more chances, how much more money are they going to dump into these studios if they're not making hits?
All right. Rez, you got the company. Resident Gamer Zero, the Gamer Zero company, right? And you buy me out. I now work for you. And in the real world, do I tell you what games I'm going to make for you and you're going to listen to me and this is what I'm going to put out? Or are you going to tell me what games I'm going to make for your company? How does
I'm
it
gonna
work,
tell
Rez?
you.
Thank
That's
you.
how it should be.
Thank you. So, the reason why you was getting all those mid-ass games on Xbox and y'all just had to play it off and just accept the shit is because they were told they can do that. Well, new leadership is in. And new leadership is saying, no, get that mid shit up out of here. That's not Xbox. This is Xbox, 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 and this is Xbox. You gonna work on that, 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 and you gonna work on that. That's how it works. And when you're employed and getting paid that much money, you gonna say, okay. That's how it works. These devs ain't running shit around here. They work for a company. The company tells you what to do. That's it.
Pablo,
You
what are
want
you
to know why
talking
this
about?
was?
PlayStation's been talking about AI and including it into their next console.
You want to know why this was a problem? And we're just being for real right now. I want everybody to know this. When Hiroki Totoki took over for a little bit, when he interceded for Jim Ryan being gone, and then what's his name? Sherman Hurts took over a
Herman
little bit.
Holtz.
Herman
Yeah.
Holtz, I'm sorry, Herman Holtz, and then sit his goofy ass down. And then Hiroki Totoki came in, right? The head financial advisor. When he came in, he was learning the side of that business. And he's not a gamer either, but nobody wanted to say that about him. So he's walking up around there, right? He noticed some things. He says, I noticed, first of all, where the hell are the devs at? Where are they? They on lunch? Waits around. Nobody coming, nobody's in the office. He's like, well, damn. Okay. So he goes and he learns about scheduling. He says, I noticed that the devs are late on their scheduling. And I noticed when I went to talk to the managers that the managers haven't supplied deadlines. And these donkeys were wondering why no games were coming out. Hiroki Totoki said, The devs aren't being made to make the games on time. So what do you think devs are going to do if they're not pressured? What do you think they're going to, anybody, what do you think any employee is going to do? If they know they can get paid to do less, that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yep.
He noticed, damn, there's no structure. There's no structure. So guess what he said? Okay, I can't make y'all make games, fine. But guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go into a whole nother area for PlayStation. And this is where he slapped the shit out of him at. Let's just be honest. Your single player games don't make money here. What did he say? What did he say about those devs? That's Neil Druckmann and all of them. He says, I noticed something about them. They're weird in their own little way. They're passionate about PlayStation, but here's a key word he said, a key phrase. But I don't think they understand how this business is ran. He said that. He said they got a high passion, but they don't understand how this is ran. They don't understand how this is supposed to be. And when he went and he got that Helldivers 2 to come in there, Helldivers 2 went day one to PC. It went day one because he was all about the financials. They haven't had a game like it since. They haven't had a game like that since. But let me tell you what he found out. See, Hiroki Totoki don't play with them donkeys. That's why he's my man. That's why I'm rooting for him. He's my man. I don't blame him for taking that money out of Sony stock. I don't blame him one bit taking the stocks out of that. But he never played with the donkeys. And what did he say? He said, they don't play enough, they don't do enough, not enough, and we're going to shift our strategy to multi-platform. We are no longer going to do the things that we were doing in the past because it brings us no money. He went multi-strategy on their ass. And guess what the donkey community did? They crucified him.
They were
But
losing 60-something cents for every dollar they made.
You talking about Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft, yeah.
So you got to understand something. This man, when he made that move, y'all, here it go. Hiroki Totoki, really, that's our boy. Cheers to him. Because here's what broke his heart. That man's heart got broken, realist. And this is where it broke. He put that Helldivers 2 out there, and he noticed one thing. The PlayStation community didn't even support the damn game. He says, you mean to tell me I put a game out that's going to save this damn brand, and these idiots ain't even supporting it? You mean to tell me that the PC community is supporting this? So what did he say? All right, we're gonna force feed it. We're gonna make the PC community put they pay into PlayStation Plus. And what did they say? And that was to give that little mirror image, that little smoky mirror, to say that so they could get that report that PlayStation Plus grew. That's all that was about. And what happened? His heart got broken because the PC community said, we'll rather stop playing the game before we do something stupid like that. We're not spending our money on some whack-ass hackable platform. We're not finna do that. And when they pull back, they pull back. See, this is what the donkeys don't understand. See, they learned something. That Steam community is bout it. They put them 10 toes down on Sony. Sony reversed on their ass. All right. And now, Helldivers 2 made that money on PC. But Hiroki Totoki's heart fell because he still looked over there and said, damn, they really don't buy these games. And then after a while, Hiroki Totoki said, we need more money, so let's put it on Xbox. And when they went over to the Xbox, they've never looked back since. They never looked back since. Never. never looked back. So something's wrong, because people ask me, well, why don't they just do another game like that? Why you ask such a dumbass question? There is a such thing as a dumb question when donkeys say it. Money don't grow on trees, donkey. Money just ain't miraculously made, donkey. You gotta buy games.
See, they don't really care.
Stuart Yoshida told y'all that. You have two options. You either start buying these games, or you're gonna get remakes and remasters. Oh, y'all let the whole world know what y'all wanted. Remakes and remasters. And y'all expect somebody to look y'all in y'all faces while y'all on Twitter and take y'all names seriously? Red Dead, Chat Pack, members, my generals, everybody. They think we supposed to take them serious. When they were told by a 30-year-old veteran, you have two options. They didn't even listen to him.
Nope.
They didn't even listen to him, Rez. They didn't even listen to that man. Now they getting shafted. No, you're not getting shafted, really. They just doing what they have to do without you. They're gonna do it without you because Jim Ryan said y'all ain't big enough. They don't care about y'all whining, bro. Y'all the 0.00007%. Y'all are nothing. There's hundreds of millions of PlayStation fans out there that are buying their games digital. They're not looking at you 2%ers. Y'all are the 2%ers. I've already exposed y'all. I had Island J on this show because nobody figured it out, and I gave the secret to him and showed it to him, and he was amazed. We was there. Our brother Island J was here. I said, Island J, look at this. The majority of the PlayStation community is in this 2%. They buy 1 or 2 games a year. That's it. They don't buy 3 games a year. That's it. So I told y'all the 2 games they were going to buy. Did I not? I said, don't worry about our Xbox games going to PlayStation. They're not going to buy them. They're not going to buy them. This year, 2 games they're going to buy, and that's their max. Wolverine, you guessed it, Grand Theft Auto 6. That's it. You wonder why Microsoft did what they did? Because they saw that coming. So Call of Duty is going to get its fan base and its fan base only in that first year. Second year, Game Pass Ultimate fans like me. Call of Duty will sit number 1, 2, or 3 in the world, where it always sits. It's not going anywhere. The PC, the Xbox community will take care of it. They want to boast, it got played on. Till they caught that L and found out that no, Call of Duty is being most played on Xbox. Another L. They just think that they're the standard. They're not. They're the ones getting played. So we told them, y'all are the laughing stock of gaming. That's it. And when somebody comes and tell y'all the truth about yourselves, that's who you hate. But you love the one that'll lie to you in your face. It's kind of backwards, don't you think? But that's donkey life. What do you expect? So shout
They
out to
don't
the
live in
Xbox.
reality.
Right. Shout out to the Xbox community. Shout out to y'all. Y'all look beautiful out here. Rez, you got anything else to say, man?
Well, what we're seeing right now is a reckoning for both companies because both companies are hurting right now. But who's going to come out on top? It's going to be the right leadership, the right technology, and the right games. And I think Microsoft's on a much better path.
I'm just going to say the easiest way. Big bank takes little bank. Rez, get us up out of here, man.
Hey guys, just want to thank you guys for coming out. We always appreciate the chat pack. We got G-Man, Explorer, Raichi, Talos Reed, The Realest One, Red Dead, Vac Records, Dolomite, and everybody else who joined us tonight. We just want to thank you guys for always being here for us and talking gaming. We always like to speak the truth, the whole truth. So help us gaming. Never tuck your chain in. Always represent Xbox, because we're in for a bright future, guys. And Sony's not. And I'm all here for it. Let's go.
And we out of here. Peace.
Peace.